Hi, Namaste. I am Rohit Bhardwaj, your friend, guide, and philosopher into this beautiful journey of exploring and enlightening the mind land, exploring the real estate between the 2 years. This is the third video, and in this third video, we will cover some ground. Before we move forward, let us in 15 seconds recap what we have studied or what we have understood till now. We started in the first video with the fact that we have 8 different kinds of consciousness running parallel, working synchronously in our real estate of the mind. And each of these 8 consciousness have something at its base. 5 are the sense organs for 5 sense related consciousness: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. These bases give us the 5 consciousness of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. We have 3 more consciousness, and they are store consciousness. We store all these. Then we have manaha, which has store consciousness at its base. And then we have mind consciousness, which has manaha at its base. So there are 3 different levels. Okay, with this as the background, let us move forward. So in the last say 24 hours, I have somehow mastered the art of inserting a presentation into a recording. So let me start with that. Just give me a moment. Surprised? Yes, this is what the real estate looks like. This is a map. At the base, we have light blue colored store consciousness, and then we have the 5 consciousness based on skin, nose, ear, tongue, and eye, and on top of that we have mana, the red colored blob on top. And then we have mind as a very small little tool at the base. If you look at this yellow colored small little blob at the end of the somewhere at the upper part of the neck, this is where mind is all about. Mind is represented in this manner. The mind overlaps store consciousness, it overlaps manaha, and manaha at one point touches the store consciousness. This is a fact we need to keep in mind today. My store consciousness is at the base of everything. I have manaha, which is touching my store consciousness at what point, and mind is overlapping this touching point. It is like something like a Venn diagram without what you call circles. This is irregular Venn diagram. We can call it that way. Okay. Now, what we are going to realize today, or what we are going to see today, what we are going to practice the entire day is that our state of happiness does not depend upon the external input. This is a profound truth. Once we realize this truth, once we live this truth, once we internalize this truth, our state of happiness will alter from wherever we are. So to understand this, the base of the understanding is how we perceive things. We perceive things in 3 different ways. Which is the first way? The first way is to, what do you call, look at things the way they are. Tatha, a Sanskrit word which can be roughly translated into suchness. Tatha. Even Buddha was called Tathagata. suchness. We see a rose, the image is formed at the retina, nothing happens at the retina, neurons get fired in the stored consciousness, and we see it. We see it in four different ways. We see its form, we see its shape, we see its modality, we see its relationship to others. Four things we see, and we see the rose as a rose, which is one way of perceiving things. Perceive things in their suchness, in the tatha. The tatha is a Sanskrit word which roughly translates into suchness of things. We look at the second way of looking at things. And the second way is through images. Yes. We see a rose, the mind gets fired. Now what is mind? Mind is a small little tool which is used by us either to connect to a past memory or to project a future scenario. It is not in the present. So mind will never allow us to see things the way they are. The suchness, that is why everyone says drop your mind. You will see things, you will feel very happy. It is dropping of this mind. How do we drop that? We will come to that. We will come to that part. But yes, when we see a rose, the mind fires an image of the rose, and that image of the rose comes up from a past experience, and somehow where the manaha touches store consciousness, a few neurons from there also get fired, and I suddenly get a feeling it is my rose. The feeling that I get is not of the rose in front of me, it is of an image which is already stored inside my store consciousness. It happens. We negate certain things. If the rose that I see is of a color which is a shade lighter than what image I have in my mind, I will see that image only. And if I can discern the difference, I will feel a bit sad. There will be a suffering. Suffering is only ignorance. We will come to that also. What is suffering? Suffering is ignorance. But this second way of perceiving things is perceive them as images which are part of my entire stored consciousness. Then there is a third way of looking at things, and the third way is that we perceive them as representations. Now this is very interesting. Things are getting interesting now. We see a rose and we feeling of love engulfs. We see someone, we are full of hate. There is no correlation between the rose and the sense of love. This is what we call as a set of representations. What is representations? A few neurons interconnected to each other which store images, feelings, emotions and past experiences. These 4 or 5 things, when they get collected, collated and they become a seed kind of a thing, it gets stored in the store consciousness, and then it becomes a kind of a book, a kind of a encapsulated book, and it gets stored there. So the moment I see a rose, I feel a sense of love. The entire Valentine industry is working on this particular characteristics of ours. I see a rose, I feel love. I see someone, I feel hated. Sorry, not hated. I develop a feeling of hatred, and this is the third way of looking at things. So what we have seen now is that we have 3 ways of looking at the same rose, and what I want you to carry with you in the entire day is this differentiation. I see a rose, or am I seeing my rose? or I'm feeling love. This is what is where we will stop today, because we have reached I have reached a time limit of 10 minutes. I intend wrapping it up now. So once again, friends, there are three ways of perceiving things, and it is in the second and the third way of perception that our unhappiness lies. What clouds our sense of bliss is the second and the third way of looking at things. The first way, we look at it, we look at its form, we look at its shape, we look at its relationship, we look at its modality. There are four different things we look at it, and we leave it that. But when we look at something in the when we say that, oh, it is my image, it is a representation, we we generate a sense of ignorance. Obviously, it is a ignorance, because we are not seeing things the way they are. If we see a thing which is the way it is, we will not feel unhappy. So with this, I I conclude my today's sharing with you. But what you need to carry and realize throughout the day is, just try to identify in the day what I am looking at. Am I looking at something as a representation, or something as an image, or in the suchness, or the tatha. We keep looking at things in the tatha, or as tatha, we continue to feel happy. Just realize this. Thank you very much. I we meet tomorrow again. Good day. Namaste.